right, so good morning from the Avanitakis household. It's super peaceful here because the twins and my wife are away at my parents-in-law. So this was the perfect opportunity to record a video for you guys. Specifically, I'll be taking you through one of my three main strength and hypertrophy, meaning muscle building workouts of the week. This is going to be a little bit more weight oriented than usual. So this is the one that I use weights the most. And the other two workouts are usually strictly, calisthenics or bodyweight training with, like some added weight, like a weighted belt, stuff like that. So I've got my workout log here, like a classic notebook that we used to use at school here in Greece. I don't know if it's the same in your country. I like the ones with the squares, so the math kind of notebooks. I don't know, I'm just used to these when I'm logging my workouts. And I'll be first starting with weighted dips. Now, since this is the first exercise, my body is still cold. I'll be doing quite an intense warm-up. Normally, if I feel tight in certain areas, if one of my joints isn't feeling 100%, I might do some extra mobility drills first, so to get some, extra lubrication in the muscle. I might do some priming kind of exercises, meaning targeting, the right muscles that are supporting that joint in that movement. But using my body feels pretty perfect nowadays. So I'll be jumping straight into a set of push-ups first. So this is going to be a high rep set, more kind of personal style set. So meaning higher tempo. I'm not going to be using completely full range of motion, just because the focus here is bringing blood in the muscles and increasing the temperature of the surrounding tissues. This is not how I train in the main part of my workout. So if I'm doing, like, let's say a weighted heavy set of push-ups, I'll be using strict form. But in my warm-up, I like to use a little bit more of that street/prisoner style of technique. So right after my high rep push-up set, here I typically do 25 reps. I'll be doing a set of dips. Depending on how I feel, I might do the first one bodyweight, and the next one will be with about 70% of the weight that I'll be using for the main sets. So since the goal today is to use 30 extra kilos, the set before my main sets will be done with 20 extra kilos. Here, for the heavy weight, I like to use a weighted belt. But in the beginning of my warm-up, I might throw on a vest when I'm not using more than 15 to 20 kilos. Vests are cool. I like them when I'm not using a lot of weight, but once you go over 20 kilos, you start to feel restricted, in your breathing patterns, your shoulders. So basically when I go really heavy, I like to use the weighted belt more. Now, the previous time I did my weighted dips. Let's see, what did I get? I got 2 sets of 9 reps with 30 kilos. Therefore, the goal today is to at least get 1 set of 10 reps, because if you're not progressing, nothing is gonna change. You're gonna look the same in front of the mirror, month in, month out, which is what most guys do. First of all, because they're not tracking. Second of all, because they don't program their training correctly, right? If you're getting stuck, then you need to make changes to your training, right? This is why in our coaching, we always cycle periods of lower reps, higher reps, more density kind of training, meaning training against the clock. So by using smart methods like these, you can ensure that you're never getting stuck and you're making, little by little progress every week. That's going to be faster in the beginning. Obviously, it's going to be slower as you become more advanced, but being more advanced shouldn't be an excuse of why you're not getting stronger, lifting more weight and all that. Okay, so let me load up my belt and let's see if I'm gonna get that extra rep today. Okay, so I got 9 reps for my first set. Usually when I'm trying to add that extra rep, I like to do it in the second set. So I could probably get 10 now, but I find that leaving 1 rep in the tank, maybe max 2, during that first round allows me to push myself safer during the last round. Now, 2 sets has been quite the rave. During these last months on YouTube, everybody is a supporter of 2 sets. I even see people recommend 1 set. Here's the thing though, if you haven't been training consistently and correctly and smartly for a while, I would say for at least 1 year, you need more volume. You need more practice, put it simply, with the exercise that you're training, because you need to really tap into that mind to muscle perfect form in order to squeeze in that kind of impact out of 2 sets. Now, I'm not saying that you're not pushing yourself, that you're lazy, but the reality is that learning to train hard is a skill. It is something that takes practice, and it also requires feedback, either from a friend of yours that is more experienced, from a trainer, from someone who knows these things, because you might be thinking you're training to failure when in reality, if you had a gun against your head, you'd probably do 3 more reps. So that is the kind of effort you want to learn, you want to practice to develop, right? Being able to go like gun to the head kind of training failure when you're training with perfect form. Of course, once your form starts to break down, that is when you want to stop. Now, let's see if I'm gonna get that extra 10th rep for my second round, because if I'm not, then maybe something is wrong with my training lately. I would give it still like at least a week or 2 without seeing any progress before I considered making changes. I would definitely take into account maybe extra stress, bad sleep, but since my stress is relatively balanced these days, sleep is decent, all things considered, having twins that still wake us up at least once at night. But yeah, if I don't see any progress today, and if I don't see any progress next week, then there's something I need to reconsider with my program. So let's go. Whew. 10 reps. All right. So, done with weighted dips. Happy with my performance today. Next, I'll be supersetting Romanian deadlifts and overhead press. One of the things that I typically do if I'm busy, if I don't have a lot of time, is I do everything with my adjustable dumbbells. But since I enjoy Romanian deadlifts a lot more with a bar, and since today is nice and peaceful here, I'm more comfortable without having the twins around, I'll be training with my bar in combination with the adjustable dumbbells. I really love these. They've really been a savior especially during those first months of having newborns. Whenever I needed to train really fast and I needed some weights, I just, threw out the adjustable dumbbells. These adjust lightning fast and quality is top notch. Grip is awesome. And I really love this tool. Highly recommended to busy dads. All right, so first round of overhead press and Romanian deadlifts. I got, what did I get? 7 reps with 30 kilos for my single arm overhead press and 6 reps for my Romanian deadlifts with 100 kilos. Previous time, let's see, what did I do? So I had 6 reps for my overhead press and 6 reps for my Romanian deadlifts. So overhead press is looking good. Let's see if I can step it up a little bit for my Romanian deadlifts. Maybe get a set of 7 or 2. I'll be doing 3 rounds here in total. So let's see how that goes. By the way, one more thing I wanted to touch upon concerning getting stronger consistently is nutrition. Okay, so programming, super important, but you also need to eat smart, all right? Especially once you hit a plateau with your newbie gains, you know, and you've leaned down, you're happy. Although this can go differently, you know, if you're skinny fat, you might need to bulk up first, but that's a topic for a different video. But once you've hit a plateau with your newbie gains, you're lean enough, typically, you wanna start focusing on nutrition, and you wanna go on what we call a muscle building phase, which is basically a lean bulk, meaning you wanna be eating a surplus of calories that is 200 calories above maintenance, not more than that. You don't want to be gaining more than 2 pounds a month, okay? Because you don't want to have like that fat spillover that most guys have when they are bulking dirty in the old-fashioned way, the old-fashioned bodybuilder way. You just need a little bit more extra calories above your maintenance, and those calories have to be quality calories, right? Minimally processed foods dense on protein, which is gonna do wonders for your recovery. And of course, you can have a bit of the fun stuff. You know, you can fit in a cookie on a daily basis in your diet, like Coach John here at Bodyweight Muscle likes to do. Or you can have a bigger dessert or 2 at the end of the week, as I like to do during the weekend, you know, when I'm eating outside with friends and I wanna enjoy myself more. And especially once you've already gone through a muscle gaining phase, you've added a decent amount of muscle mass on your frame, and your metabolism is tuned, is running at a lot higher calories, which is one of the perks of gaining muscle. Then you can have even more of the fun stuff. But in the beginning, you gotta focus on clean calories, 90%, 85%. And you want to take it slow, okay? You want to see the scale going up on a monthly basis, but you don't want to overdo it and have that spillover fat effect, all right? So let's see if we can get another 7 and 7 rounds for that last superset. Whew. Really happy with today's numbers. So what did I do? I did another set of 7 for the overhead presses, 7.5 for my right arm, barely 7 for my left, and another 7 for my Romanian deadlifts. Right on. I'm gonna do 2 sets of handstand push-ups now. I just sprinkle these across my week because I hadn't done handstand push-ups in a while, and I'm trying to get back to them, improve them, build that mind-to-muscle connection, that neuronal connectivity, which is why I'm doing a little bit more high frequency of these. I did train them till failure 2 days ago, but right now I'll be leaving about a rep in the tank or so for these next 2 sets. Lastly, I'll be finishing off with arms. I don't do a lot of isolation for arms, although my arms look pretty decent. That is because my arms tend to get recruited a lot better than most people for multi-joint exercises. So I do get a good stimulus when I'm doing pull-ups, when I'm doing for my biceps, when I'm doing, you know, push-oriented movements for my triceps. Of course, there are technical adjustments you can make to your form to improve that as well. But that is more rare for people. Usually, most people don't get enough of stimulus from multi-joint exercises for their arms. So if that is a lagging body part for you, you do want to hit it harder and more frequently. Or if you are actually in the same group with me, then bigger muscle groups like your back, might need a little bit of extra volume from multi-joint exercises. This is quite a debated topic, you could say, among coaches, but that is my perspective on it. And I definitely see it work that way with the people that we coach. So, all right, so moving on, I'll be doing gymnastic ring skull crushers for my triceps. I don't know if this exercise existed before I started doing it. I hadn't seen it anywhere, but it is definitely my #1 exercise for hitting the triceps. Nothing really smokes my arms like this one. You need to progress at it gradually. You want to start doing them on your knees and slowly progress to the version that you'll see me do right now. But I do promise you, if you work on this one, it really makes a big difference if you want to blow up your triceps. Next, I'll be doing decline wall bicep curls. I'm sure there's a better name for this one, but I like descriptive titles. I remember them better. These work really, really good for me for the biceps. Because of the decline, you get that nice stretch at the bottom. And if you also twist on the way up, pointing your pinky finger at your face and bring it back to neutral, it also feels really good on your elbows. I used to not twist at the bottom, just curl up, dumbbell facing away. But I found that used to be uncomfortable for my elbow. So I don't feel elbow pain from pull-ups, from chin-ups, from anything basically anymore. But curls do seem to have that effect on my elbow. So that little twist at the bottom really, really helps. Oh, yeah. Okay, 1 extra rep for my tricep skull crushers, but a little bit of a decline for my dumbbell curls. I was kind of expecting that because last time was a real struggle just getting the same reps, which means I need to make some adjustments for that one exercise. Overall though, super happy. Really badass workout. Most thing went up. Probably sleeping a bit better this week. Our twins only woke us up once per night, and fell back to sleep pretty easily. So a little bit of that, a little bit of stress being moderate, not too high, not too low. All that helps, of course. Because normally being on a deficit, I would expect a little bit less of progress, but today's workout was pretty badass. I also feel more in the flow when I don't have to record and train at the same time. So another reason I wasn't expecting this kind of progress. That being said, let's have a little bit of a post-workout physique review. Always nice to see what's going on with your physique. So this is where I'm at currently. Pretty happy. I mean, come on, 41, that of twins. Can't wait to look even better next year. All right, so that was all for today. I'm about to have my post-workout meal here. Got 2 wraps with chicken patty, got some fruit. Let me know if you like this video. I could do it once in a while. Let me know what other topics you'd like me to talk about. Keep on training. Download my free beginner's guide, Bodyweight First, if you like to train this way. First, though, build that bodyweight foundation. And until next time, keep on training.